Sometimes you wonder if a family sport utility vehicle can have an adventurous spirit, and the surprising answer comes from Honda. I'm testing the new Honda CR-V 2026. This is the hybrid version, the TrailSport version, which is manufactured in Indiana. And this is a sport utility vehicle that not only invites you to put on your boots, but also invites you to get them muddy. This isn't a tough off-roader, but it's also not just an urban excuse that makes you think you have a completely off-road vehicle. It's a different proposition. It's a unique proposal. It's a proposition.
Urban.
I just arrived at the launch site. We'll be eating from food trucks they brought here as we're on an off-road steel track. Here you can see them parked. I traveled to San Diego, California, as part of a special group of journalists to make this truck, all thanks to you. To those who subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications for every new video I post. I'm truly grateful for your continued engagement with my videos. It means a lot to me, so please keep doing it. Everything starts from $30,920 in the LX version. Depending on the version you have, it can go up, and you'll see that as this video goes on. The prices depend on the version you choose. Personally, I would have chosen this version when I was in Texas. What does the new reason provide? Did I see the new reason? This made me think a lot because this is like a big facelift they did here. The redesigned interior and exterior really appealed to me. I'll be trying it out in a few months and making a final decision then. And regarding the versions, if you end up going for the sport tuning? The price ranges from a basic model to a fully equipped one, with a difference of over $10,000 and can go up to $41,000. We're only going to have traction on one wheel when we're on rollers. And it's going to be able to get out of there. There it goes. It already got out. The previous generation wasn't able to get out of there. But we'll focus on this one because, again, this is the difficult, the most challenging scenario. Traction only on a few wheels. The others are mounted on rollers. This is what is known as low-speed traction control. Because when we get on top of 3 of those rollers, when there's no traction, but there's traction on the wheel, it goes all the way. And so you can see the big difference. Before I couldn't do it. The question is, who is this truck for? First of all, for dads who hate minivans. Second, for moms who want to have something different. For those who long to get away on weekends without losing reliability, to have a lifestyle that not everyone has, those are the people who are going to buy it. This sport utility vehicle that I'm testing right now, down here, it's very important because this CR-V has a system. The hybrid features a 2.0 L Atkinson engine producing 204 horsepower and 247 lb-ft of torque. It has a continuously variable transmission which is the same as the competition. This allows the engine to work smoothly without any drama. There are several driving modes that you'll see when we're inside, which are Eco, Snow, and Sport. And a normal mode, but that one almost nobody, no, I won't be using that one at all. Honda uses the same great engine in both lawnmowers and airplanes, which speaks to the quality of their engines. Everyone says, and I say the same, they're the best in the world. Now, driving this sport utility vehicle on dirt roads like we are right now, besides the protective plates that we always have on the bottom, this has what's called low-speed traction control, which the previous version doesn't have. In this case, what we have is a system that works through software and controls the traction on the wheels. In the back. When there is one that is the only one with traction and none of the others have traction, it gives us complete control over it, and it's very versatile. Because if you live in places like the area we're in now, for example, where there are dirt roads to get in and out, for example, from your house or farm, maybe you live in a city with a lot of snow. Half of the United States is always covered in snow. And with everything. And remember that this is going to compete directly with Subaru and with the cars that are ready that people buy. Many local people have done this, specifically with this one. The noise you hear is from Honda testing motorcycles on the red steel track with dirt as they showcase their bikes. They keep going with all the equipment they have. Remember, Honda has everything you can imagine.
There are pressures inside to control the air intake and exhaust. Protective plates on the bottom part.
Here it says 3 because of the huge Honda logo in the front. I'm not a fan of all this chrome, but the lights look really good because they're LED lights and we have projectors. These air intakes we have on the side here are all decorative. They're not functional at all for this front, which is very similar to what we had before. That's why I say it hasn't been a complete redesign like the competition has. They're very proud of their new color, which is called Pearly Ash Green.
It's a nice olive green color that doesn't look too military. It's a pretty light shade, somewhere in between the two.
This version lacks a camera for a 360-degree bird's eye view, but other versions can include it. We have 18-inch wheels, which are completely all-terrain, light-catching. They kept it in black. Remember that we have plates on the bottom. They emphasized to us that the handles are black. If they were chrome, it would ruin the design, so they kept them black. We have rails on the roof. Because being Honda, the idea of this version is for you to go camping, to go live the overlanding life. That's why we have it here. The motorcycles are there, going all out. The doors feel pretty solid. It's pretty good. The side has good height, it's a good size, and it's going to be a strong contender. Remember that the competition here is really tough, with a lot of brands. But I was already showing him this while I was driving, but there are quite a few touches that are different, that are special. I really like what they've done with the rubber mats we have here, which have been kept by the
orange color. But they made it in this version so you can take it out and wash it perfectly.
This vehicle is designed for off-road adventures. It encourages you to put on boots and take it into the mud. That's part of what we have here. Stitching that has held up pretty well. Wireless charger, good visibility. We have a sunroof, the mirror, everything opens up pretty well. It's very spacious, large spaces, lots of connectors everywhere. This interior is already quite comfortable. The seats are what you'd expect from a seat. Everything is manual. This one is fully electronic with lumbar support. And overall, this interior is pretty good. Let's see how it feels to be. As a passenger, this is the only door in the industry that opens 90 degrees. Other manufacturers don't offer this feature.
That makes it much easier for you to get in.
To put in baby seats, you already have to do it, and it gives you a lot of space, especially if you have a gigantic mother-in-law. Easy to get in because the door opens 90 degrees, there's only one pocket, there's an air conditioning vent, double USB connector, grab handles on the ceiling, good space and good visibility. These seats fold down 60-40 to create a cargo space all the way to the back. It's flat, but well, at least you have the space there. And to lift it up, you just lift it and you get some space. Here, good. We also have mats back here which are made of rubber. We have 39.3 liters. If we fold down all the seats, we have 79 liters, which is quite a large space. Since this down here is the hybrid car, what's down here is the battery. The bottom part is inaccessible for safety reasons to prevent anyone from touching the battery. However, that's the only space available in the back. I'm driving again, and with colors, because a lot of people ask me about her. And whenever we have the chance to drive together, we do it, of course, because we help each other with filming and everything. Everything goes perfectly well, and I really like the vibe. What she did here was a new task. She did her homework, studied the market to hit the streets like this car, and I think they've done a good job with the interior. On a 10.2-inch touchscreen in higher versions that have the screen, although we also have a 9-inch one, the basic ones also work much faster than the previous ones. Have they done that work? We have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay Wireless. I have it connected by cable. Currently, these are prototypes with limited features, but once on sale, you'll have full access. That way you'll have many iOS connectors, and back here, we have 2 when we stop. I was also checking out the audio system, which is Box, and it has 12. Speakers. I was surprised not to see bus on the speaker. Nice speaker, just like the other speakers are. Voice or nowhere. But anyway, that's the equipment that comes with the car. Recently, I had the chance to be at Alas watching the new Razon and the Fuerte. There's also a version now like this one, which is the TrailSport. But they have a version that's practically made for off-roading, and I think I like that one a little more. I haven't tried the other one yet because it was completely changed. What they did here was what's called a facelift. That's what they did. With this one, because the interior is pretty similar, the exterior is pretty similar, but I'm aboard what has been for more than 40 years. The number one selling mid-size sport utility vehicle in the United States, although in some years Ford has gained a little, this one is still the number one in sales, which is a mid-size sport utility vehicle. They call it a compact utility vehicle. Compact utility vehicle, that's what this sport utility vehicle is called. Also, the entire 2026 lineup comes with Honda Sensing. Honda Sensing includes automatic braking, lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control, and much, much, much more. The materials inside are very good. They feel soft when touched, especially on the upper part. This is like a padding they put up here. It's a very ergonomic interior, which is quite a rare surprise in this segment. The design is all horizontal. There are textures, there are orange colors, which are the cultures we have here. We have embroidery on the seats, structures that we have everywhere here. That's very important because it has a cabin that's quite comfortable when you're in an interior like this. It's not bad at all. For the starting price and what it offers, it's a good option. Go try both of them. In a few months, I'll have the chance to go try out the competitors. One of the competitors, and believe me, I don't know, I think for me it would be the one I would choose.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Up here we have electronic seats for the driver. For passengers, they're manual seats, steering wheel heated. The materials are durable, that's very important. There's a material here that might look like an imitation of carbon fiber or some kind of metal. We have them here, we don't have many, what they call exaggerations. There are real buttons, although the air conditioning vent with this grille, which we've already seen in many Honda cars. But I like that they've kept everything with buttons, especially the volume knob, which has been removed from many cars. There are many versions, which I'll tell you about when I show you the outside, because there are quite a few. In my opinion, when they do that, when there are two, too many options, it's very confusing. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 different versions you can choose from. What we say here sometimes tends to confuse customers a little bit. But this one I'm driving right now, which is the hybrid, of course it says hybrid. Right here on the steering column it says the word hybrid to remind us what we're in. Getting 3740 mpg is quite good. How's the feel? It has several driving modes.
That the gear shifts are from here.
It has normal and economy mode, right? There's the snow mode, which is really good for snow, and the sport mode, which is the mode you should use if you want to really feel how good the performance is, especially when you accelerate. With heated seats, the steering wheel is also heated. This goes directly up against the Toyota RAV4, okay? This goes up against the Mazda CX-50. Ford Bronco Sport, Subaru Forester. They are the strongest competitors for this sport utility vehicle, considering that this is the number one in sales. So you have that as well.
The smoothness, low fuel consumption, and significant technological advancements are truly praiseworthy.
That it has made, one of my complaints would be that I don't have a more powerful version. Everyone is putting in 2-liter engines. Honestly, I think everyone is using these engines because they had to comply with consumption regulations that were very difficult to meet. The only way to do it was with cars that are hybrids, that are plug-in, without having to go fully electric.
The market has demonstrated that not everyone desires an electric car, particularly if it's mandatory.
That choice must be open, and you really have to be able to choose if you're seeing this version that you want to buy. You need to earn about $100,000 a year so that the payments don't end up hanging over your neck, okay? One of the things we're talking about and talking about a little bit here, besides how much you should earn, is a question I get asked a lot. With its high resale value, this car retains its worth better than other brands, even after 4 or 5 years. And that's very important for a lot of people who buy it, used to use it however they want. The seats are very comfortable, as I mentioned. The sunroof is small, it's in the front, and you have good visibility wherever you look. There are a lot of compartments, so inside you don't feel like you're in a cramped car. I like how they put the gear lever in here. No, I don't like anything else. I always like it when they have the gear lever installed. This isn't your dad's Sierra. This is a Sierra. For those who are tired of having cars that lack substance, that are pretty weak, it's for people who want to have an adventure with a cool head, who don't need to shout, who don't need to whisper. What I'm wearing and what I lack define who I am. That's all there is to it. So back here, what you can see is that they left it clean for viewing.
On the outside, it only says it at the top.
Yes, the Bing hybrid that you have there and the real version, because we have it, I'm really glad to see it. Real exhaust outlets with air guides and reverse camera for, of course, so you already know. If you want to buy and sport utility vehicle that you can trust, try this one, but also try the new one that's coming out from the competition. It's tough because I think it's worth trying. I also liked both of them quite a lot. Okay, I don't know if I'll prefer the other one until I drive it, but you know, I'm talking about the other competitor. Despite the noise that hinders us, we're still here for you. Thanks for subscribing. See you next time.